Alright, how's it going? For today's video, I'm trying to do a paint restoration demonstration. It's my first time doing it, but I've seen some promising results online from using a few products. What I'm trying to do, you can see all of this right here is kind of faded and splotchy paint over the years. You can see it's shiny here, faded here. That's a pretty big section on the hood of the Jeep here. You see another spot right here. So my goal today is to get rid of all that. I just wiped it down a little bit. I use a few products to try to get rid of this right here. But before we keep going, the video is going to show the paint going from looking like this here on the hood all the way to this as the end result. So I'm hoping for some luck with these Meguiar products right here. I'm going to start with compound, apply that, go to the polish after that, and then finish off with the wax right here. And I'm hoping we can get rid of some of this bad paint area right here. Let's get to it. All right, now here's that first section before adding the compound. Do the compound, see how it looks after. All right, so this is taking a lot more work than I thought it would, but basically it did take care of the spot after a few coats. I don't know if you can tell, but that spot used to be about right here, and it's slowly disappearing. So I'm gonna keep making my way up there. That's where it used to be, right there. And I'm gonna keep making my way up to the rest of the stuff up here. All right, so after applying the compound, this is what it looks like. You can still see some of those messed up areas on here if you're looking close. So I think probably the best thing to do would be to use an orbital waxer on here and to hook that up, and that should do pretty good. But I don't know if you can see it. I can still see some of these spots. It's still there, but it's definitely already way better looking. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the next part, the polish, and we're gonna see how shiny it can get. Another tip before I keep going, I found that using a rag was actually not as good as using these applicators that you can buy from Meguiar's. It did pretty good, especially because it's small. You can kind of bunch it up and get really small spots. Also, with the compound, I found that doing small areas, so literally like a 4x4, was working way better than trying to do like an entire 1 or 2 foot section at a time. So keep it small. You can put a lot of pressure in and get it working pretty good that way. All right, not a huge difference, but here's what it looks like after applying the polish. One thing to note with this stuff, it says to do 2 foot by 2 foot section, but it dries really quick and you're not supposed to let it dry. As soon as it dries, it leaves some streaks and they're kind of hard to get up. You can just redo it by going over it again. But make sure you're doing it quick. Just do 4 to 6, then immediately grab your towel and start wiping it down to clear it up. Another thing, the polish and the wax smell really good. All right, the last step is to go around and put a layer of wax on it, wax the whole thing. I just did one. I'm gonna do another layer just to make sure it's all even. All right, it is fully waxed, completely wiped down. It's done, all 3 steps. Like I said, you can still see it. Still see these spots on here. It's not perfect. There's still some blemishes on here, but it's a lot better, and I think this wax will definitely help protect it. It's a lot of work, but I'd say it's worth it. Definitely a big difference. And you can see my face right here in the reflection. Good luck if you do it on your own. Make sure that it's a good afternoon with some good weather and it's cool outside. Stay tuned for some future videos. I'm going to try to go over how to fix these paint chips, which you can kind of see all around here. So doing some paint repairs in the future. Last thing to add, when you order the wax right here, it comes with this pretty nice microfiber towel. It's really good for buffing it out and for application. But the other thing I was going to say is that if you don't want to do the whole 3-step process or to be rubbing on a wax every time, this is something I use. The spray right here, spray wax. I use this a lot for whenever I go to car shows or just to kind of touch up after a wash. So really quick shine, doing touch-ups and everything. Great solution if you don't want to do the full 3-step process or the traditional paste wax.